Okay. Good morning, beautiful friends. My name is Megan, for those who don't know me. I have been a coach with Bryn for 2 years, just over 2 years, and she's in the hospital having a baby right now. So we're super excited for her and can't wait to see that little girl. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about commitment because it's something. Did I freeze? Everyone else is frozen. I don't know if did I freeze? Okay, everyone else froze for a second. So anyway, I want to talk about commitment because that's just something that has been on my brain a lot lately. And I went to Las Vegas this last weekend to a 10X Growth Con with Grant Cardone. I don't know if any of you know of him. He is very like, ah, let's just 10X everything and be awesome in everything that we do. And so I just want to talk a little bit about how we can achieve those great results. I feel like I hope I'm not frozen because everybody else is frozen. So if you can just type in the chat or something if I'm frozen, because I don't want this to be a mess. Anyway, so one thing, I was actually talking to my brother-in-law yesterday, and he told me that he has been reading the Miracle Morning, the savers. I know Bryn has talked about them, to get up, to sit in silence, to repeat your affirmations, to visualize, to exercise, to read a little bit, and then to write, to scribe is what he calls it. And he was telling me, I've been reading it, but I can't get up in the morning. And I told him, dude, it just takes a little bit of commitment. You just have to say, okay, this is what I am going to do. And you have to commit to yourself. And if it takes you to, write it down before you go to bed, say you want to get up earlier, or you want to make sure you exercise before the kids get out the door, just write it down before you go to bed. Commit to yourself that this is what I am going to do. And I've been reading this book. Oh, okay. So this is a quote that just, it happened over the weekend while I wasn't here, but it says, make promises, keep them. Simple, isn't it? And it's always us that we break our promises to first, which is so silly because we get to live with ourselves our entire life. Like, yes, we have our spouse and our children, but we are with us every single second of every single day. So if we're going to make a promise to ourselves, why not keep them? We may be afraid of offending somebody else for, breaking a promise to them, but we're the one that has to live with us and the guilt of not committing or keeping a commitment. So I just thought that was super awesome that popped up this morning. So I've been reading this book, The Miracle Equation. Like 20 out of 10 recommend this book because it is phenomenal. But he's talking about consistent in here, and he just talks about how, so he says, time and time again, I've seen or experienced that the universe seems to test us continuously to see how committed we are to achieving our goals. And isn't that so true? Like everything that we do, we want to get up early to exercise, but as soon as the alarm goes off, it's like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm going to go back to bed. Or like me this morning, totally committed. I get up at 4:30 to try and get my stuff done every morning before my kids. And, I have this call, I have to exercise and trying to just make my life better, read my scriptures, all those things. And then the universe is going to test me. He's testing me right now to see, okay, I'm going to make her kids get up early. Let's see how committed she is to, actually doing this call instead of saying, oh, maybe we'll do it next week. So we have things that are going to pop up that are going to test us. And then he goes on to say, while most people give up along the way, only those who are committed to maintaining unwavering faith, so just trust and believe in yourself that you can do it, and putting forth extraordinary effort, and all that is consistency in doing the things until the last possible moment, get to see their miracles or your goals come to fruition. So it takes that consistency. It takes that belief in yourself, number one, to make your goals and your dreams come to fruition. And that's not only with exercise and nutrition. That's a big one. Time and time again, we're going to have that giant piece of cake put in front of our face, or everyone's eating a big bowl of ice cream. It's not saying you can't have it, but just, take a smaller portion. And that's a way that you can show the universe that you are committed to your goals. Or have some water instead if you're doing the dinner and done, whatever it may be. So it says then here, those final moments are critical and were brought to another level for Hal Elrod, the author of this book, to create the things he did in his life. And when you read this book, you will be blown away by the trials that were put into his life, from a car accident where he actually died and was brought back to life 6 minutes later, to cancer, to having cancer a second time. Just all of these things that he has overcome and become one of the most successful people in the world. So for me, commitment is that 4:30 alarm, because that is dang early. I used to get up at 8:30. So I have 5 kids. When my first one was born, I didn't get up until he got up. And then I would be rushed through the day. Like, my whole day is gone. I don't know how I'm going to get this and this and this and this done. And that carried over to when I had my second and to when I had my third. I would get up when they got up because I was tired. I wanted to sleep. And I've slowly learned to, I've slowly realized over the years that if I don't get up before my kids get up, my whole day is just coming at me. Instead of me being in front of my day's here and I'm behind it. So for me, I knew I needed to commit to that. And I almost think I started January 15th, maybe a couple days before, of getting up at 4:30 so not Sunday, but every day, Monday through Saturday, because I know that I need to get up. I like to have that time for me to read my scriptures and to do my scribing, my miracle morning things before the kids get up. And this was a quote that I heard at the conference, and I've heard something similar, but it said, we need to fill our cups so much in the morning and then pour them into other people's cups so that we don't make a mess. I've always heard we need to fill our cups so that it's overflowing so we can bless others' lives. But instead of just filling it so it's overflowing, actually reaching out and touching people's lives intentionally. So I don't know how that goes with commitment, but hey, it seemed like it worked. And I don't really have any steps for you guys about how to stay committed. It's just, I know that it takes a decision. I mean, we decide to get up in the morning every day. We decide to brush our teeth. We decide to put on clothes. We decide to eat breakfast. So why not decide to go for your goals, to go for greatness, to be the best possible human beings that we can be? And like I said, all it takes is that little bit of commitment. There was something else. Sorry, let me see if I can find it. I think it was in my notes from the weekend. I'm sorry I keep sniffling. I've got this sinus infection that just will not go away. This conference was amazing. He brought in like John Travolta. He brought in Trump's campaign manager. It was just incredible. Some people I didn't know that are big deals, but that's because I don't follow media very well. Okay, this is where it is. So this lady is Danny Garcia. She's The Rock's ex-wife, but she's also his manager. And she talks about be comfortable with your wind in the face, because we know that life is going to constantly come at us. And as we're trying new things and new things for us, we are going to have that constant pressure. She equates it to like being on a motorcycle and without a face guard on, just having that wind in your face, but you're going to constantly be going. So get comfortable with that wind in your face, because nobody is going to break the way for you. This is the first time you're going to do it. People can tell you how to do it, but they cannot make you move. They cannot keep you from eating the things you're doing, thinking the things you're thinking. So nobody's going to break the way for you, and that's okay. We get to commit to our lives, and we get to commit to being great, and we get to blaze our path through. And that is absolutely perfect, because that is who we become along the way is who we're going to be in the future. If we're going to settle for being a lesser version of ourselves and just kind of taking the path that everyone else has taken, then that's what you're going to be in the future. But if we can commit now to being great and to being amazing and to thinking amazing things, then that is who our future self is going to be. And I loved that. So, you know, I don't have a ton else for you guys. That was something that was hot and heavy on my heart, was just staying committed and making the decision. For me, it's like with drugs and alcohol. I decided a long time ago that I was going to stay away from those things, that I knew they were going to be bad for me. I knew that if I took them, then there's a chance they were going to take over my life. And so I committed long ago that I was not going to do that. And it takes that same mindset shift to where all we need to do is commit. Make that mindset shift right now to whatever your goal is, and you will be successful, because your brain's going to latch onto it, and it is going to find that path. It's going to put resistance in the way, but you will be able to be successful. And actually, in my workout this morning, I'm doing bar blend, and Elise, she said that often success and failure are on the same path, and you have to go through a lot of failure before you reach that success. And that's okay. That is how we learn. If we don't fail, we don't learn, and we are not successful. So that's all I have for you guys. You guys are awesome. Those on live, stay on and we can chat for a few minutes. And then I need to go get my little boy for preschool. Okay, let's see.